Hi everyone, welcome to Arctic Explorers. Today we're going to make a polar bear bookmark corner that can go and keep your spot in your book. Like that. And then you'll know exactly where you left off in your book. And we'll do that in just a second. But before we begin, I wanted to give you a book recommendation that might have something to do with polar bears. And this book is called Timmy Failure, Mistakes Were Made. I'm just going to read you a little bit of it so you can see if it's something that you might want to read. You can check it out from the library. It's by Stephen Pestis. And I just want to read you the very beginning. Chapter 1 is called blah, 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 blah. All right, let's get the boring stuff out of the way. My name is Failure, Timmy Failure. I look like this. My family name was once Failure, but somebody changed it. Now it is spelled as you see. I'll ask that you get your failure jokes out of the way now. I am anything but. I am the founder, president, and CEO of the detective agency I have named for myself, Failure Inc. Failure Inc. is the best detective agency in the town, probably the state, perhaps the nation. The book you are holding is a historical record of my life as a detective. It has been rigorously fact-checked. All the drawings in here are by me. I tried to get my business partner to do the illustrations, but they were not good. For example, here is his depiction of me. I have decided to publish this history because my expertise is invaluable to anyone who ever wanted to be a detective. Just read the reviews. Invaluable to anyone who ever wanted to be a detective. Anonymous. But success did not come overnight for me. I had to overcome obstacles like these. 1, my mother. 2, my school. 3, my idiot best friend. 4, my polar bear. And yes, I'm sure you have the same question everyone else does when I list these obstacles. Why am I best friends with an idiot? I'll get to that later. Oh, and I suppose I should say a word about the 1,500-pound polar bear. His name is Total. Total's Arctic home is melting, so he watered for food and found my cat dish. Yet, he is now 3,101 miles from his former home. Yes, that's a long way to roam for a cat dish, but we buy good cat food. Sadly, my cat is now in kitty heaven, or perhaps the kitty badlands. He never was a friendly cat, but I still have the polar bear. So that is the first part of Timmy Failure, Mistakes Were Made, and this is his polar bear, Total. So as you're reading that, you could always need to put a bookmark in it, and that's why today we are going to make this bookmark corner. It's very simple to follow along. I am going to show you today using a piece of origami paper that has whitish, white on one side and blue on the other. I'm going to show you on this page this paper because it'll be easier for you to see what I'm folding up and folding down because I'll be using a piece of paper that has 2 different colored sides. But when you make your first one, you're probably going to want to use your white origami paper to do your polar bear. It's totally up to you though. I did give you some pink and some blue because when we get to it later, you can add blue or pink to do the ears and the nose and the mouth. And you also have some little stickers in there too, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. Okay, so now we're going to make our bookmark corner. My paper has blue on one side and white on the other, just to make it easier to show you, but yours will probably be all white. So you're going to turn it this way, so it's a diamond, and you'll fold it up corner to corner. So now you have it in half, and then you'll take one corner over here and fold it up to the top. And then you'll take this corner and fold it up. So now you have a smaller diamond or square like that. And now you'll take it back down again, but you'll still have those creases right there. Now this is the part where you're going to fold just the top sheet. You'll just take the top sheet so you can see I'm not pulling the whole thing down, just the top part to the corner down to the bottom of the line right here. And you'll take this part up and you're going to tuck it in here. So you're going to take this corner up and tuck it in here. And then you're going to take this corner up and tuck it in just like we did with the other one. And that's the basics of your bookmark corner. So now I'm going to trim it just to make it look a little rounder in shape. So I'm just going to go around the corners and kind of round off the corners, round them off a little bit just to make it a little rounder. There we go. And now it's time to make it look like a polar bear. So you'll want to make some you'll want to make some ears, and you'll want to make a face. So the ears, let me show you my sample. The ears are just 2 round half circles of white and then 2 of blue glued on the inside. So I just drew them freehand. I just freehanded some half circles like that. If you don't like the size, you can just redo it and make more. So I'll cut out some ears. And then you're going to want to cut out some blue parts for the inside. Again, they're sort of like little half circles, little ears. Okay, so for my ears, I'm going to glue this blue part onto the inside so I can glue it on to the back of my polar bear there. So I'll just glue that on. Okay, and then the ears will go on the back of your polar bear, so I'm going to glue them on the back right here, kind of like that. And gotta adjust them a little bit so you can actually see them up there. There we go. So then you have the ears on, and then you'll want to add the eyes. And then a little mouth and nose. So for the little mouth and nose, I cut out an oval from my blue paper, or pink, or whatever color. It was just a little oval shape. And you can glue it on right there. I'm actually going to make a little bit of a bigger oval. And you'll glue it on right there. This one looks a little silly because I did the dark blue and the white. The one that was all white came out a little bit better. This one looks funny. And then we'll draw on a little nose and a mouth and little dots. for the whiskers. And then the other thing you'll have to draw on are polar bear paws, which are just kind of, you just kind of loop around and give some little lines to show a paw. So it's kind of like a little loop and then 3 little lines with a little paw like that. But you can do it however you'd like. Now, some of you in your kit, or all of you in your kit will have some eyes and some stickers that look like snowflakes. Those are to add on. It could look like it snowed onto your polar bear, or you could also add on silly eyes if you wanted to, something like that. This polar bear is a very serious polar bear with his glasses on. And then the last thing you'll do with when this is all finished and you've let it dry and you've added any stickers or snowflakes that show that it's snowing outside, you can let those dry on here. And when it's all dry and you're reading your book, you'll stop at whatever page. This is the page we stopped at. And you'll put your book corner right on the corner of the book. And then you'll always remember where you stopped, just like that. Thank you for joining me today for Arctic Explorers. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.